Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including. Got me on Navex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zuby on Phantom, I got a few notes. Sticking my regs, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog. Welcome to R2R Crypto Talk number 10. Happy Taco Tuesday to everybody out there in the crypto space. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to follow me, subscribe, drop a comment, post notifications. You know the drill. If you're watching on X, we're dual streaming right now on both platforms. Retweet it, get all your hashtags out there, drop comments. You know what to do. But I want to welcome everybody. We're going to do an interview with the founders from a project on Pulsechain called Heart's Law. So I got the host squad here today. Welcome Blockchain Trapper, welcome Nomad, welcome Gosto, welcome Crypto Warrior. Thank you guys for being here. We'll just start off, whoever wants to go first. Who is who and what do you do? Well, I guess we could start off with Blockchain Trapper if that's all right.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm the Blockchain Trapper. I'm a crypto OG. I've been in the game since early 2016. Done rode a lot of the waves and the cycles, been in all the dApps and all the rugs. I've been with these guys for about 6 years. On the team, I help with marketing and putting anybody in the trunk that needs to be done. So yeah, that's me.
Right on, bro. And then we got Nomad. A lot of people know about Nomad. He's got the best UIs in the game right now on Ethereum, Pulsechain, just period, any blockchain.
Holla.
Tell me, just so people know, what's your spot with the squad here, bro?
I'm just the front end guy, and I also hold everything together by the seams. So I mostly do the front end work and keep the team together. These guys are basically my friends. We've been together in the space for years. And we all moved kind of like, started off from like Ron's group, and we've grown over the years to wanting to become a dev team. So here we are.
Yeah, man, your name is becoming more famous on the space, so definitely becoming more familiar with you. And then we got Crypto Warrior. What do you got going on? What's your position here on Heart's Law project? I don't know if your mic's working, Crypto Warrior, if you're there, if you can hear me. We'll skip them. Let's go to Gosto. Maybe he has a mic problems. Gosto, just tell us, what's your position, as far as the project.
Yeah, like Trapper Nomad mentioned, this group of guys I've been with since 2017. We go back pre-BitConnect, basically. But yeah, we've been through the crypto journey together on various groups. And this is our second dApp. And we are very proud of it and look forward to sharing it with you. As far as my role, I'm more of a kind of the IT / project manager guy, just kind of putting all of our skill sets together. We have various different skill sets. So like Trapper mentioned, he's our marketing guy, Warrior's our brain, Nomad's our UI guy, and I'm more like the project manager, keeping it all together and stuff. So that's my role in the team.
Perfect. And do we have you back, Warrior? I don't know if you had microphone issues or if you can hear me, but we couldn't hear you. If you're trying to talk at any moment as we move forward, just feel free to hop in. Let's jump to the UI guys to go over Heart's Law. Like, everything's like, to me, like first impressions. Obviously, we're starting to learn that Nomad, it does pretty well when it comes to the UI. Is very appealing, very attractive. So compliments to you on the UI. It looks great. But the thing is, yeah, the thing that stands out to me the most though is Hart's Law. All right, so
Nice.
that's a big word to throw out there, right? Hart's Law. So we're seeing this play out across Pulsechain as far as Hart's Law with bonding everything together in the ecosystem with Wrapped Pulse. So I'm sure, are you guys applying Hart's Law? What is the name? It's a powerful force on Pulsechain. So kind of explain to me that.
Sure. So the name Hartswell, like you mentioned, very popular in the Pulsechain Hex community. We decided to go with it because of the underlying principle you mentioned of liquidity and its important role in Pulsechain and Pulsechain's not only growth, but its adoption. Um, Technically, I mean, as we go through it, you'll understand why we chose the name. It's kind of hard to say kind of off the bat without going through the dot. But yeah, it's definitely a play on that. You know, him coining this term that has to deal with how liquidity bonds can raise and lower price action.
Okay. Because I want to take a look too. We'll go back and forth between the UI and pretty much the docs page. Because here, as we take a look, the introductory here, it's built on Pulsex. So it says Hart's Law allows you to earn dual rewards by leveraging the Pulsex farm and protocol fees. Dual reward system is unique. It allows you to earn ink tokens in addition to your HLAW token. So by design, this is one of those things where is this where are you providing some kind of like liquidity and it shows up on Pulsex? Like you're not taking anyone's tokens, right? Because if it's built on top of it, for example.
Correct. Yes. So HLAW, as you can see that last line there in bold, HLAW token is equal to DIPulse LP. And it will always equal one DIPulse LP. It's 1-to-1 always. Will never go down. HLAW is not your standard token like a farm token, for instance, where you have to provide initial liquidity and blah, blah, blah. It's basically a kind of wrapped version of DIPulse LP that does cool stuff in our DApp. So that's another unique thing about us. There's no pre-sales. You don't have to worry about any, liquidity. You come back to the chart of deck screener, it dumped 89% in a day. There's none of that. Our chart is essentially the DIPulse chart. So that's how it works.
Absolutely. And to add to that, one of the biggest things about this platform is, for lack of better words, is you don't have to hold a shit token. You're actually holding the tokens that you really want, which is Pulse and DI. That's what gives you one of the major benefits and minimizes the risk that you have. I know there's tons and tons of farms and dApps popping up, but majority of them require you to hold the trust me bro token that I'm not going to rug you. With this particular platform, we give you the security of holding the actual tokens that you do want, which is the Pulse and DI. But then on top of that, we give you the ability via us wrapping it in the HLAW to utilize that in a gamified dApp such as Hart's Law, where you're able to earn additional rewards as you would in one of these DGen dApps, but you actually only hold the Pulse DI token. So it gives you a little bit more security there. And as we go through the presentation, you'll see all of our audits, all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted when it comes to security. We've got some of the best devs in the game who've built this platform, as well as we went ahead and had double audits across the entire contract to make sure everybody's comfortable putting your Pulsex bag inside of Hart's Law.
So technically it's still like what you would say, not a high risk factor when it comes to giving a third party your tokens as far as your LP.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Still on Pulsex. Okay. So the only token that a user will have is Hart's Law, which is HLAW token. That would be, I guess you can touch it, feel it, whatever, utilize it
Mhm.
on your website, but that's as far as it goes, right?
Yes, correct. Yes. You could
Okay.
see it in your wallet, and you'll see it in your, Rappi. I hope you're not using MetaMask. Cough, cough.
Right.
Right. Right.
But yeah, you'll see it in Rappi, but it's again, it's a representative. It's one-to-one with Dipulse LP, so you have that kind of security blanket there, and our contracts interact directly with Pulsechain. There's no third-party products, nothing. It's as we go through it, we'll explain how the mechanics, but yeah, it's literally built on Pulsechain.
Absolutely. And like we said, it's a top tier platform, top tier devs, everything's audited, but this is crypto. But in the instance that you feel uncomfortable, you always can go back to pulse.lp. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, this token has no liquidity. You're actually holding pulse.lp. It's just wrapped.
Okay. So like, regardless of HLaw's price performance, you're not necessarily having any risk when it comes to providing your DAI wrapped Pulse LP that's going to be obviously held on PulseX, right?
Right. That's the sweet part, Thomas. That's the sweet part is technically HLaw token has no liquidity itself. It is an LP token. It's not let's say for instance, it's not
There's no price action.
hex.
HLaw has no price action. It's basically DAI PLS LP. There's no price action for the HLaw token. There's no liquidity to worry about. There's no price action to look at. Nothing.
Okay. So how okay, because I guess I'm on the right page. HLaw token, key features, generates revenue from ink via Pulse Farm. So tell me how that revenue works. You're getting the ink that the users are earning, right? Or how's that revenue generated? If for example, I'm keeping my LPs, how does the platform or the protocol earn the ink to use that? And how do you use it on the protocol?
Right. So if you flip to the UI, I could just walk through it basically. So basically, you come in, you go down to where it says My Wallet. Of course, after you connect your wallet, and you would click on Buy HLaw. At that point, you'd be presented with a pop-up. You could click it there. You get a pop-up there where if you have Dipulse already, you can just go ahead and swap that for HLaw. Or if you don't have any Dipulse LP, yet you can zap. If you can click on the zap there and zap your core tokens directly into Dipulse LP and then swap to HLaw.
Okay.
So
at
that point, after that, you see that little toggle auto stake. If you have the auto stake toggled, after you swap to HLaw, it will automatically stake that HLaw minus the 10% fee. And then if you close this, just click behind there, you'll see your stake in the My Yield section.
Okay. So once you do that, it'll be in this section.
It'll be
here.
there. Yep. And now once you're staked, you're in. If you just buy HLaw and unstake, you get nothing. You're just holding HLaw. When you stake is where the magic happens. When you stake, now that stake is basically recreating a Dipulse position. You're earning ink on that stake.
Okay.
On top of that, to answer your question, you're now that you're staked, you're now earning HLaw dividends on the bottom left there under My Wallet from protocol fees.
And the 10% fee, is that in HLaw, or what type of fees actually?
Correct. Yeah, that would be an HLaw. So let's say you swapped, let's say 1,000 Dipulse LP. Your stake would be 900. It would be minus that 10%. But yes, it's taken from the HLaw. Correct. And then that fee is split up different ways. Majority going back to the community, up to the reward pool. If you scroll to the top, that reward pool odometer there, the second one, right? The first one is the total balance. That's basically the TVL of the entire DApp. The second one is the reward pool. That reward pool drips 1% of its balance daily to all stakers.
So these numbers here are going to be updated live for the user to see. So
Yes.
I've seen. Okay, so you're seeing
Yes.
total users, boosted rewards. A boosted reward, just so I know, bonus
The-
rewards injected by the team. What is
mhm.
that as far as a
So
boost?
the boost rewards are, let's say I'm doing air quotes here, kind of surprise bonus rewards from the team that will inject directly to stakers. So this is not anything on a schedule. This is not, anything that should be, expected, every 2 weeks, every month, blah, blah, blah. This is something the team will say, okay, look, we're doing great. Let's reward the community. We'll add boost rewards, from the protocol to this boost rewards pool, and it will have a countdown timer. So basically, the timer incentivizes people to fatten up their HLAW stakes so they could get a larger percentage of those boost rewards.
And is
So
that
that's
coming from the ink rewards that are here that you are boosting, or how did
right.
I'm
So
trying
the boost rewards are a culmination of protocol earnings,
to. Mhm.
and or team direct injections, from our wallets.
Do you
So
have
it's
a name for this? Because like I know that like the buzzwords out there, especially like in the RH ecosystem, is like trustless yield,
mhm,
things of that nature. Because you're basically interacting with the hex smart contract when you stake,
mhm.
the same smart contract that where you mint the tokens. Now, what would you categorize this as? Because it seems like there's no risk as far as having to lock up in your smart contractor with PulseX. Then you're earning HLAW just from doing that. Do you have a name, like something that you call this, or it's
Well, yeah, rehypothecation, right? So basically, what's happening is, along with the fees being, distributed, as I said, back to the community majority, we have rehypothecation happening on the back end. So every HLAW in existence, which, as we established, is DIPulse LP, is being uh, staked by the protocol on PulseX,
mhm.
generating external yield. That yield is being used to inject back into the ecosystem to stakers via the reward pool, via the prize pool at the bottom, which we haven't touched on yet, and instant rewards. Instant rewards are not listed here. Instant rewards are sent automatically to users' wallets on every buy, sell, and claim. Those are the 3 times you get taxed on buys, on sells, and on ink claims. You get 10% tax. Those go back to the community, excuse me, in the form of HLO rewards. 40% going to the reward pool, 10% in instant rewards. So potentially you could ROI your fees strictly from, other people interacting in the contract. Plus you're getting ink. So to answer your question long-windedly, the name of the game is rehypothecation, but it
Mhm.
is trustless, to your point that you are um, basically staking when you stake on Pulsex.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm looking at these layouts as being like the only way to do it. I think it sets the bar because it wasn't always this way. Being in DeFi as long as you and I have been, you go into like a platform, you're giving up your crypto, and then it's attached to like a token like you guys have, and that crashes, you lose everything. It just it's a much better way of doing systems like this
Hmm.
because DeFi has always been the Wild West. So I could definitely appreciate that because I could see people that are more willing to bring over
Hmm.
Mhm.
and use their DAI and wrapped pulse and basically just take an opportunity like this to make some money, some trustless
Absolutely.
Basically,
yield.
yep.
Absolutely. And like you said, it's been in the DeFi space for so long. We've seen so many different platforms, and that was one of the pain points we wanted to address when coming up with the concept and idea. We wanted to have a platform that allowed you to have somewhere to put your bag long term to grow, but still give you an opportunity to take profit. Because at the end of the day, it's all about making some money, but smart investors want to also grow their bag. So the beauty about this dual reward system, it's a dual reward, meaning there's two different tokens, but as Gasto was touching on, you get paid three ways, plus the actual prize pool. But when you stake your LP token, you're getting your traditional yield in ink that you would normally get on Pulsex. But on top of that, through our community staking portal, you receive your instant rewards when people get in and out, plus that drip is feeding daily as well. So theoretically, it would allow you to take your H-Law and keep, because your H-Law is pretty much just LP. So you can compound your Pulse LP position without having to sell your ink to compound. So you can hyper compound and pretty much build your Pulse bag quicker and faster without having to sell your ink. So now you have a source of income with your ink that you could cash out daily, weekly, however you do. Plus your bag is still growing exponentially because of the rewards that you're receiving that are directly in the H-Law token, which is Pulse.ai.
I like that. So you're saying as a user, take the H-Law, sell that on the open market to build.
No, sell the ink. You know, your ink is the reward token, right? Sell the ink, and then you actually use your H-Law divs or rewards to build up your stake to get more ink, and you're growing your LP position. So it's kind of a triple whammy. Just like real quick, Warriors back. Thomas G, I think he's backstage.
Okay.
Oh, let me pull him up. Hey, Warrior, can you hear me? I know we had some mic issues earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Finally.
Yeah,
to give a quick pitch, Thomas, think of it this way: if I put $1,000 on Pulsex here, I'm going to be earning ink, and a year later, say for example, Pulse price is stable. A year later, I'm still going to have $1,000. In Hart's Law, the benefit here is I'm going to be earning H-Law, which is basically LP. And possibly in a year's time, I might have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10x my time. So that's kind of like the main selling point here. You're not just earning ink, you're earning ink plus LP. So your prince, if you take all your H-Law you earn and you basically stake it every day and you're just selling off all your ink, not caring about compounding, technically speaking, you're still going to grow your principal back, which is kind of like, that's like the main pitch.
And you guys have a twist here because not only is it a good compounding mechanism with what we'll call trustless yield farming, right?
I like it.
It's got to have a name. I mean, that's what I was asking. I know there's rehypothecation and all that, but like trustless yield farming, maybe we'll think of something that's catchy, but it's definitely plays an important role in coming close to the bull market. Because I'm like, I don't want to play with dApps right now where I'm going to give up my keys, give up my crypto, you know? So if people understand that this is available and you eliminate that, what they would call, Richard would say, third-party counter risk, right? Then you're actually not only following Hart's Law, but the Richard Hart's rules, you know? Get rid of the middleman. Now, the twist here is I'm seeing down here, there's not only is there a referral system, but there's some kind of prize pool. So I'm assuming that the advantage here would be good actors get a bigger entry into the prize. How does this work?
So the prize pool, Thomas G, was designed. Hats off to my man Nomad. Was designed to maintain and increase user participation in the dApp. Right? We've eliminated Ponzi dynamics, right? Because we are getting external yield. So that's out. We don't have to wait for the next guy to come in to make money, right? Thomas G, you could be the last person in H-Law. No one comes in after you, but you could still ROI if you're inked, right? So that's established. Now with the prize pool, basically what we're doing here is creating an incentive for people to stay active. So if you see there's a timer, and all the way on the right, there's a minimum deposit of H-Law. So basically on every buy of H-Law, if your buy meets that minimum, then that buy will be entered into the leaderboard. And the leaderboard is going to be the top 10, and it's going to be rolling. So let's say the 5 of us have 2 entries each, and then a 6th person comes and meets the minimum. They're going to be number 1 now. So it doesn't matter how large your buy is, it just matters when it is. So how it works, again, you meet the minimum buy, you add it to the leaderboard. The timer will continue to go down, and every buy will add 15 minutes to the timer with a 72-hour cap. So the where you see days there, initially it'll be 3 days, right? And then it'll cap down. And let's say it's at 15 minutes left. If somebody makes a buy with 15 minutes left, boom, it jumps back up to half an hour.
Okay.
And that leaderboard.
I think I've seen this. I was gonna say I've seen that before. In Zen at one point they had a DApp that it went on for like days, and it was a massive first day payout. So I'm just imagining like people like the first round could last a week. It could last longer, really.
Listen, bro, it could last a long time. Like, we joke about it eternally all the time. It could go for a long time, and that prize pool in the middle there, it says 0 HLO now, but that thing can grow exponentially as people are buying. Because again, this was designed again for the little guy, Thomas. Right? We've all been there at some point. The noob doesn't have a big bag, right? We wanted to give that guy an opportunity to win big. Right. So imagine, you got whales coming in this thing, migrating their Pulsechain positions over. And, you got this little guy with $500. Well, if he meets the minimum and the timer goes to 0, guess what? He wins. It doesn't, it doesn't matter. So that's kind of a cool aspect we wanted to address there. And just to round it out, when the timer ends, the top 10 people at that time are the winners. And then the prize pool, 10% of that pool would be paid out evenly to those 10 people. So if, let's say, there's 1 million HLAW in there, 100K HLAW will be split between 10 people. And then the 80% will roll over to the next round.
Is it an even split, or does the?
Yes, it's an even split. Yeah, it doesn't matter your position. Yeah, as long as you're in the top 10.
And I heard you say it's HLAW token, right?
Correct. It's all paid out in HLAW.
That's a big come up too. Do you just go right in?
Yeah.
Stake it and really start to compound? Yeah, because I saw a version of this on Ethereum, and I remember trying to be the last one, get down to 2 minutes, and I would go, and I'm like, damn, I'm paying a high gas fee, and I didn't end up winning, and I probably went in with like $300 worth of gas fees where I thought I was going to end. And it went at like an extra week after the fact that I thought I was trying to beat the people that were going in, but it was a gas war. But we're on Pulsechain. We're not going to have $30, $40 gas fees, which is going to make it much more competitive.
Exactly.
Versus like on Ethereum, where if you're a whale and you can just burn through fees like that, hundreds of dollars, and you're good. So that pot's gonna be huge, bro. Maybe my 1 week mark might be like a 1 month. I don't know. It could just keep going.
It could go for a while, man. It could go for a long time.
Right. And that's one of the beauty things about this DApp, because, when you're in crypto, it's hard to sit on your hands. And like we always know, crypto rewards the holder. So it gives you kind of the best of both worlds to be able to sit on your bag and not do no dumb stuff. But at the same time, you got plenty of things to play with to keep you busy through the day, whether you're going into the prize pool, whether you're collecting your HLAW divs and compounding them, or whether you're cashing out your ink, or whether you're just sharing your referral link. It gives you plenty of things to do throughout the day to keep you busy and sitting on your hands and not fumbling your bag.
Yeah, the stickiness of this price pool, just from my experience, bro, I was setting timers to like wake up like at 3 a.m. to check, like time it, because I knew people were gonna wait till like the 1 minute mark, let it go all the way down, and then boom, go in, and then it just adds more time. And then you got the person that's just like, I'm ready to go to bed. Let me just go in heavy so the timer keeps stacking, right? So it gives them more hours to rest. I don't know if that's how it works, but I figured that out. I was like, okay, go in several times. It keeps adding time to the timer, and it resets, and then you can kind of just chill and go back. So it's sticky. Like you keep revisiting the site. You're addicted to trying to win. It's really good for the ecosystem. I love that.
Another thing to add is the beauty of the protocol is we wanted to break the Ponzinomics model. And we've done that by tethering it one-to-one with LP. So HLAW is a non-tradable token and it's tied to LP one-to-one. But the other thing is things like the prize pool and instant rewards actually reward the smaller bags in terms of the ratios and the ability for them to build bigger bags faster than it does whales. So this is one of the many mechanisms that we've helped try to level the playing field between whales coming in and being able to compound their bags faster than the smaller people coming in with smaller bags where it's more impactful for them. And so not only does this create FOMO for new funds coming into the app, or to the DApp rather, but it also rewards the smaller players if they're able to get a position on the leaderboard when it expires.
One thing too, we can see here in the same section, and I'll jump over to it because it's right up my alley, especially for influencers. Now that I understand that you guys have eliminated Ponzinomics of all, that's out the door. You come in today, doesn't matter if you come in a week from now, you're earning trustless yield farm, you're yield farming. I feel comfortable going out there and sharing a referral link because I see that's available, right?
Nice.
Because like I'm saying, I'm tightening it up, guys. Like, I was starting to get on that behavior again. And then I go, you know what, man, I did this last cycle. I got kind of look out for my people, as much as I can because you learn, you live and learn. But I feel comfortable here that there's a referral system that I'm bringing them into something that, eliminating the third party counter risk, trustless, all that good stuff. Explain to me, for somebody who wants to market this, how does it work? What do they earn from it? What's the percentages?
The beauty of the referral system and what we've done here is it's fueled by taxes. So 1% of all buys will go to the referrer, and it is sticky. So that happens for the whole life of that or the wallet, excuse me. So new users that a referrer brings in, they will get 1% of the HLAW buys in perpetuity.
And you also have to have a minimum stake to activate your link there, to actually activate your referral link. So, just to protect the protocol from, bad actors. So you actually have to be invested. You can see the little fine print there.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks like you give an example on the docs. To enable it, stake 5,000 HLAW. Do you know in terms of LP price what that requirement is? Is it like $500, $200?
If you flip back to the UI, we could quickly do the math, because at the top you can see in that little drop down, we always have the current price all the way at the top.
All the way to the top. Scroll to the top of the UI.
Yeah, it will give you the price live. Yeah, it's not live now, but it will be. So yeah, we'll always tell you how much one DAI plus LP is worth, and then you could figure that out.
Are these all options on day one? All these?
Get ready, Thomas G. Get ready.
Damn, bro. Are you guys? And because I see you guys got the logo for PDAI. Is that something you guys are going to implement too, or
maybe?
That
let me throw some ideas then. Let me throw. You guys heard of PTGC and UFO, right? Okay, I just throw that out.
So if you look at this, Thomas, go ahead. Go ahead, Warrior. Go ahead.
Yeah, all I was going to say here is just a teaser to the community. But if you look at the crux of this protocol, it is fueled by external yield from rehypothecation on Pulsex. We chose to start with the farm on Pulsex that's live now that has the biggest yield. We will soon be releasing the rest of the farms some point in the future.
Perfect. You start, hey, you scale out, bro. Everyone, when there's too much going on, people get confused, but you start off, with the pair that we're looking at, scale it out. It only creates more excitement because people are like, hey, man, I got a big LP of that. Let me swing it over and get involved, which I think is smart. The zapper and all that stuff too. I see you guys have that tech on the site too. If you just so users understand what that does, you want to explain how they would use that on the platform when it comes to your zapper?
Yeah, we just wanted to make it really easy. We know dealing with Pulsex and adding LP can be difficult, getting the right ratios and the amount of tokens together. So here we just made it really idiot proof. You just basically come here, you could click that drop down there, and basically any core Pulsechain token you can use to swap for DAI Pulse LP, and then continue to buy HLO.
Easy enough, man. That makes life easier for people that are like, what do I do? Automatically, the zapper sends it off. It becomes an LP that's broken down into Pulsex. Then they can see on the UI here that they can stake that LP into your UI, and then they can start earning HLAW.
Correct. And we also have, if you go back to tools there, we also have fiat on ramp. If you click on bridge there, you can come over to Pulse if you're on ETH. This is for clearly someone that's not on Pulse, or maybe on Pulse that has bags in ETH. We made it convenient for them to come over as well.
Okay, so this is through Change Now. All right.
Yeah, Change Now. Yep.
That's
solid,
easy.
Audited. Yep.
And then people want to. I don't know if it's available on the docs, audits and contracts. I'll click here.
Yeah, we'll have those. We'll have those links up shortly. We just have to get the final links from the auditors. Everything has passed. We're just waiting for the final links and documentation so we could add it here to the white paper.
Perfect. And we're literally how many hours away? How many days? I think when I last talked, was I right? You guys told me it's going to be launching on the 4th. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow noon Eastern.
So what does that look like? Should people join your Telegram?
Yes, we're gonna do a live VC in our Telegram. So we'll probably open it up maybe an hour or so before, just to field any questions. Lock up the chat, of course, to protect from malicious links. And then after, we'll open it up post-launch to help anybody out, do tech support like that. But basically, yeah, you come to our Telegram, join. We're going to do a live VC leading up to launch, and then post-launch, we'll do some tech support, and anybody has any questions or issues.
Okay, so to do this securely, I have the links to your social media, your Telegram, I believe in the description of YouTube.
Yes.
They go there just so they can make sure they get the right links. I will update when the team reaches out with the actual website and update that. I just have this, site I'm at right now, which is like a backup site or whatever you want to call it. So the launch will look like the safest way is go to the Telegram group. You provide the links. You'll tell everyone what's go time. They can provide their LP, and then does the prize pool and referral system start day one? Everything starts to operate day one from the very beginning. They could start entering, or is that a 1-day delay for the prize pool? How's that going to look?
The referral is active immediately as long as you meet the minimum staked. The prize pool, there's going to be a countdown. You see where it says timer ends in? It's going to be a countdown to when the prize pool will begin. So, we'll launch. That timer will be active with a countdown basically counting down to when the prize pool starts. So that first countdown you see will not be the actual prize pool. That will be the countdown to start the prize pool.
Okay.
Just to add to that, though, all of the fees collected by the prize pool will be accumulated in that countdown. We just wanted it to build up before we released it.
Correct.
And then the 80% rolls out to the next round.
To the
Round
next
two,
round,
right?
correct. Mhm.
Okay, so round two could be massive once round one ends, however long that takes.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Thomas G, the name of the game is to get in early and stay in longer. Because day one is going to be an opportunity for anybody, whether you got a small bag or a big bag, to make massive gains if you get in early, because of those instant rewards that are going to be coming in as people enter and exit the protocol, as well as that drip. So just like most of the things on Pulse that Richard Hart has done with Hex and all his platforms, get in early, stay in longer, and that's how you can multiply a small bag into a big bag.
Mhm.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm excited for it now. I told you guys backstage, like I do little research so that I can express my curiosity and ask my questions like live. So I skimmed through things. The one thing I did do though, behind the scenes, was reach out to other people that work with developer teams, and everyone there's like, yeah, these are good guys. I trust them, and I was like, okay, cool. So they got to. Everyone spoke highly of all of you, and then knowing
Nice.
the tokenomics, I feel really comfortable going out there and putting in work. For me, putting in work and marketing is going out there and showing content. So I'll make a wallet. I'll show people how to get in and have some fun with it. But it just gives me peace of mind of knowing like it's not what used to be the industry standard, risk it for the biscuit type of stuff. You guys,
Yeah. Those days are over, man. Yeah.
They should be. They should be. It's just, especially right now, like Pulse can go up so many X's very easily. Like I don't want to do that. So I'm comfortable with going out there and putting in, the extra work and helping out. And I'm sure a lot of people will follow because this is cool. I think the
Absolutely,
price
Thomas
pool is
G.
going to be price pool. You guys are gonna. People are going to be shocked on how it works. I've seen it. I think they're going to be like, "What? Like, I got to get in on this." It's going to be interesting.
And I'm like you, Thomas G, because I have a YouTube channel and I was blowing up, but I had to fall back because it was during the time when there was a lot of scams and rug pulls, and like us as influencers bringing on new people, we have to kind of change the narrative that you don't have to chase 50,000 APRs. That in real life, if you got something that's giving PulseX APRs plus a little added bonus, that's how you kind of actually build wealth. And so that was one of the things about this platform, is we wanted to make sure that we was building something sustainable that we could honestly have people like yourself feel comfortable with quote unquote shilling it and bringing on onboarding your community members, knowing comfortably that it's not something that people are going to get wrecked on, but you're actually teaching good habits and good and good techniques to people. So that's just one of the biggest things that we really wanted to stand on, was something that you can really feel comfortable putting a big bag in and waking up the next morning and your big bag is still there.
Yeah. The referral system too, it's good for marketing and getting these systems going. You've probably heard it. Amazon's got referrals, and in this aspect here, it's for good practices.
Stay tuned. We got some things up our sleeve for the influencers, so stay tuned on this one. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So you're going to see people go out there and do their thing when it comes to marketing. But there's what I always look back on. I go, man, there was so many things where I just had way too big of an advantage being the marketer, right? Where I can go and not even show my link and just be like, hey, trustless yield farming. I got my crypto. It's on PulseX. I got this token here. H-Law, stake it, get ink rewards, compound my position. The H-Law token's 1-to-1. It's an LP token, safe, secure, audits, all that stuff. And they got this killer pool that everyone's fighting for. So people will talk about it. They'll tweet about it. And whoever wins that reward, hopefully it's somebody on Twitter, because that's going to be a big marketing day for you guys as far as somebody shouting out on social media that they were in the top 10 leaderboard for the prize pool. So can't wait to see that. If and when it happens, it could take a while.
That is a great observation. And one of the things that is interesting when it comes to marketing, really where you can make a lot in the past has been from ROI dApps or something that really relied on new users coming in. Again, getting back to the ethos of what we're creating in all of our dApps, we want long-term sustainability that's safe. The days of having to set alarm clocks to wake up in the middle of the night to check your positions in an ROI dApp, we want to break that, especially for new users coming into crypto and over into Pulsechain, right? The network effect, or Metcalfe's law, is going to help Pulsechain go to multiple X's beyond sacrifice. And right now, we're only at 75% of sacrifice. So a crucial part of that equation is onboarding new users. If a new user's experience for the first time coming into crypto or DeFi is going into an ROI contract too late before the bank run happens on the LP or whatever the reward pool is, it's probably going to be their first and last experience. So not only did we want to create a platform and protocol where you can onboard experienced DeFi users, but something that you will feel comfortable bringing in your friends and family and introducing them into DeFi via HLAW. So just, there's a bigger picture here that we're trying to provide vehicles to onboard new users, especially over to Pulsechain, helping us with the Metcalfe's law, which is really the law of networks. And you can go Google that, but we need more users to come in so we can go 10, 50, 100x over sacrifice price. And for everybody that gets in HLAW now, and we end up doing that together as a community, it's going to be life-changing for all of us.
Let me ask you guys a question too, because I was like, hey, if you don't ask, you ask and you shall receive. Sometimes, does anybody want to give like the sauce? Because I think what I ask is what would be, and not financial advice, but let's say you going in, knowing the system, front to back. What would be the best strategy? Let's say you go in with $500, an LP. There's obviously some kind of strategy you can do as far as earning to get into the prize pool, with your HLAW. So how would you strategically work that out so that you can participate in that without having to?
Yeah, I think Bobby touched on it before earlier, and I think it's the perfect strat. You basically compound your HLAW divs because that's building your stake, which in turn is generating more disposable income for you in the form of ink. So it's really ludicrous that you can actually take profit while building your bag. Please tell me where you've seen that before.
And by the way, just one thing to add to that, because I agree with everything you said, Gosto. When you take profit, you're not harming the protocol in any way. That's one of the unique features of HLAW compared to a lot of DeFi protocols out there. Usually when you take profit, you're going into an LP of that protocol token and changing the ratio. Said in simple terms, you're creating sell pressure on the profit vehicle. Here, that doesn't exist with what Gosto just explained.
Bank run proof, then, right?
Correct.
Okay.
We don't have a chart, Thomas G. When people
We
ask
don't have
where's the
liquidity we're
chart,
providing.
check the DIPOS chart.
Yeah, there's no liquidity. We're not providing liquidity. There's nothing. It's all PLS.
The only price chart that could be affected by, let's say, a whale would be claiming the ink and selling the ink, and that's it, which doesn't affect the protocol.
Correct. Which is in essence what Pulsex is doing now, right? So to Nomad's point before, if I have $1,000 on Pulsex in a year, it's gonna be $1,000 on HLAW. That could 5, 10, who knows? Plus, to Warrior's point, the price appreciation of Pulse. Because remember now, sword and shield, right? You're protected in the DIPOS LP with the stable die, but the Pulse can go parabolic. So it's very sweet service.
And imagine one day if, a lot of the speculation around what RH is going to do with this ecosystem, imagine one day if you take a deflationary asset like PulseX and the ink, and ink is going to be used as a vehicle to pump the PulseX percentages. Imagine an HLAW version in 2 speculative tokens like that. Not as safe as the short and shield, like Gasso just explained, but something that has a much higher potential price in the future, where you can compound your position now and then see that grow, and then you ride the price appreciation on 1.5x, 2x what you started with.
You guys are in the right spot on Pulsechain at the right time, because there's a lot of speculative assets right now that, they do the things that people are thinking are going to happen, or even before that, PDOT, PUSDT, all that.
Yeah.
That gives those users, you can bootstrap those users by, them learning by just educating themselves and researching your platform, that there's a place that they can call home for those tokens to earn, while they're just, kicking back and waiting for things to really play out. And, if and when those are available, I'm just saying, when you decide to do that, there's a whole community of tokens out there you could bootstrap, and they're large. So right now, with the wrapped pulse and DAI, perfect opportunity to get into this. I'm excited to see how the community responds to it, because again, I think when somebody looks at a platform like this, they're thinking, Ponzi, they're thinking bank run, because they've seen it all and they've been through it all. So the PTSD is real in the space. So it's important that people know these factors that are now they're non-factors in this case. And it's gonna be cool. I can't wait to get in. You said what time? Are you on UTC time tomorrow? You said 12, because I'm PST.
Eastern.
So 9
12
o'clock.
Eastern. Brew your coffee.
Yeah. I'll be brewing the coffee, man. I'll be ready.
Nice.
But again, man, it doesn't matter. There's no Ponzonomics. If I'm an hour late, I'm an hour late, and it's all good.
Yep. That's all good. You just, you want to get in early for that tidal wave of the initial rush, because the instant rewards are going to be insane. So yeah.
Right on. Did I miss anything? Because I feel like, I got a lot of experience in these dApps, so like I don't have to sit there and go on through the docs page. I could see the UI and everything, how it works. Just thinking if I missed anything at all that you guys want to add for the users to know, maybe more something I might have missed. Did we miss anything?
Just know the VC is going to be another opportunity for users to get in, do a Q&A, as well as when we drop the link, everybody will have a fair access to it in the VC. So make sure you tune into the VC on day one. That way you can get in as soon as possible. Hopefully, if we got a nice crowd in there, everybody that gets in on that day one is going to make pretty good rewards.
Oh, you know what? I do got a question of, is the HLAW a transferable token? I can send it to another user or another wallet?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I felt like gifting out some HLAW to some people for, marketing reasons. I can do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there like
show up in your wallet? Yeah.
There's no transfer tax.
No transfer tax. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Hey, I like that. Somebody's asking in the chat. Let me take a look. Are these staked, locked, or can they be pulled?
You can pull at any time. No lock.
This is not an ROI contract where you got to go in and get your profit on rewards. You can unlock at any time and unstake.
Let's see. I think I'm just seeing if there's any questions outside of that I might have missed, because we normally don't ignore the chat. Do see some comments in here. I think somebody asked, does it max out at 72 hours? Maybe they're asking about the pool, but I think No Man mentioned every qualifying buy increases the timer by 15 minutes.
Right, but the ceiling is 72 hours, right? So let's say it's the timer says, 2 days, whatever hours, blah, blah. It's never going to go past 3 days, right? It'll just keep bumping up to that 3 hours. To that 3 days. Excuse me.
So am I right in using a strategy from a previous structure of this nature where I was like, man, like someone keeps buying and adding 15 minutes. So I bought myself 6 hours of sleep and I just bought
There you go.
into it to stretch out 6 hours so I can come back.
Yeah, he's getting it.
Okay. So that's just a little secret for some of you guys because
Yeah.
at first I didn't realize that. Then I go, oh man, I'm seeing these people that are doing it. I'm like, why would they set it out hours out like that? And I go, oh, so they don't have to sit here and babysit it like me with this alarm clock. I buy myself time and be like, all right, 8 o'clock, I'll be up and ready to go check on this. And other people started doing that. So when you do that, hey, I'm gonna go to my family's house for a little bit. I'll be back in 5 hours. Let me stretch it out because
Right.
there's going to be a lot of different strategies to doing that, but there's going to be one lucky winner, and then it's going to be cool to see when.
Yeah, that strat is definitely a OG strat, Tom. So you basically, you do the minimum buys, do 10 of them, then all of the entries on the leaderboard are yours, right? That's a strat for sure. Yep.
Hey man, I got to sleep, so there's only way if I want to try and win, and it's cheap gas fees on Pulse, I can do that for a long time. That's why I'm thinking because gas fees are not a problem like it was in ETH when I saw something like this. I'm like, this can last a long time.
Yeah. Just keep in mind also, just to touch back on the referrals, it is sticky, Thomas G. Just remember that. So the first time a wallet uses a referral link, it will be tied to that, regardless if they clear cookies, it doesn't matter. That's
Sweet.
stuff. Yeah.
There you go. Well, hey, I'll be sharing this with people out there. We got R2R. I don't know if any of you guys are in R2R. I'll get you guys in there if you're not.
Oh, I'm in there.
Okay, perfect. And I'll be sharing
I think
it with
we
the
all.
group. Yeah, you know what? There's two nomads. There's two nomads. So
I'm in there.
yeah. So okay, I know you were in there, and I've had another nomad that just left recently. But cool. So yeah, we're hitting up at the 1 hour mark here. Is there anything we need to throw out there? Let me see if there's any other questions, just to make sure we hit on everything. Because I feel like we features, game theory, strategy, like we covered a lot.
Absolutely. Just a reminder, tomorrow, December 4th, join the live chat. To approximately 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, we go live. We're going to have the chat open a little earlier for people to do a Q&A. If you're in the chat, you're going to get the alpha because we're going to lock the chat, drop the link, and then, it's going to be every man for itself to get in early and stay in longer. But tomorrow, December 4th, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, make sure you're in the chat early so you can get your questions answered and be the first to click the link.
There we go. Safest way. Follow them on Telegram. Maybe you guys can post a Telegram link in the chat right here too. I'm pretty sure I got it in the description, but
Yeah, sure. Hold on, let me grab it for you.
You can put it to me in the private channel. I'll post it so people know it's me on the channel.
Yep.
And then I haven't joined the TG yet either, so I'm gonna be joining that soon.
Cool.
Let's see. And timers in the chat, you said? Timers in the chat room?
I'm sorry, Tom, I didn't hear that part.
Oh, is there a timer in the chat room already?
Not yet. No, we're just gonna post the the actual time, 12 Eastern, tomorrow. But we're gonna open it up like Bobby said, an hour or two before, just to field any questions. Anybody that has any questions on the UI or tokenomics, whatever have you.
Shout out to APAT in the comments. Let's see. Oh, we got some R2R network. Let's go. I skipped some of these. Moonshot Max, yeah, dog. Thank you for being here.
My God.
Ooh, Goo God. Hey, man. We got some famous people in the space here today. All right. So that link, you can give me the link and I'll put it in the description in case I didn't for any reason. And then we can post it here to live, and then people know they can get in there safely. One thing we want to make sure is nobody goes into some fake Telegram groups, gets the wrong link, because you know
Exactly.
it's going to end up bad. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys joining me today.
Likewise, man.
Yeah, you brought the whole squad today, man. I mean, four of you guys. Glad that you guys all made it. Answered the questions. Now all we got to do is get ready, make sure everyone gets the safe links, and be square tomorrow. If not, hey, it's all good if you're late. But tomorrow's going to be an exciting day for you guys. So everybody out there on YouTube, don't forget to pound the like button, drop a comment on X, go share this everywhere with all your Pulsechain people. Let them know there's some trustless yield farming going on, an opportunity. There'll be referral links. You can get your links out there, market it, start growing those LP positions, and make it happen. So till next time, guys, we'll do it again. Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas G. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you,
guys. Thank you so much. We'll do it again next time.
All right,
Later.
Peace.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including. Got me on Avex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zoopy on Phantom, I got a few nodes. Sticking my regs, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees,